Dave Vincent alongside my buddy Dave Fink. There's a big setup for Allen.
These two have played 3 times, Dave, and Armando leads the rivalry 2-1. Armando has beat Allen both times they've played in pro stops. Probably surprises a lot of people out there, Dave. Although not the ones that have seen Armando play. Armando's one of the most explosive players on the tour. He's got two-handed offense, flat roll capability with both hands. Armando with a big mistake there in his serve. Armando defeating Sean Lenning a month ago at the LAAC Open. Sean telling me his serve was just unreturnable. He said his serve was like a kill shot. Hit so many cracks, flat rolling them, and there's just tremendous power from Armando.
That's one thing that you'll see with Armando Ortiz is his power. It just stands out. And maybe it's because of his size, but the ball coming off of his hand is about as hard as anybody, pound for pound, that you will ever play in this game. And I know Alan Garner is also in that discussion, but you just see a different zip coming from Armando Ortiz.
I wouldn't even say pound for pound. I'd just say he hits one of the hardest balls in the game.
See how Allen has to just stick a hand out on that return. And Allen's back down near the dotted line.
And usually it's Allen who's imposing all that power.
It's a beautiful shot right there. Our camera obstructed the view of that corner kill, but Allen sized it up and then took a little off and put it right into the corner. And by a little off, he went from 84 to 80.
Actually, that was a half-speed kill. Kept the ball down. Smart shot there from Allen. Armando looks a little bit wired right now, a little bit too tight, too intense. He was here, Dave, at about 8:30 this morning. I said, what are you doing here? You know, you don't play until 3 o'clock, but he's been here. He's sort of pacing around. He's talking to people, and certainly very difficult to prepare for a big match like this, but sometimes you can be a little bit too intense and muscles tighten up just a little bit.
3-0.
Score is 3-0.
Short.
This is exactly the kind of start that Allen wants.
Second serve.
Very interesting matchups tomorrow, Dave, in the semifinals. We already have the upper semifinal, and whoever Sean plays between the Bombshell and the Heartbreak Kid will certainly be a
4-0.
great match to watch. The upper bracket, Dave, actually the Masters bracket here. We had the 4 guys in the quarterfinals in the upper bracket, all in their 30s, and in the bottom bracket, all guys in their 20s.
5-0.
It's interesting how that worked out. Tommy Little plays Dave Chapman. Tommy Little's 37, Dave Chapman about to be 36. Nadia Alvarado, 37. And playing myself, 33.
Zero serves 5.
Armando gets the setup he's looking for, and he kills it in the right corner.
One serves 5. Short. Second serve.
Armando executes his first kill of the match there in the right corner off the left side wall, back wall. Now it's a second serve from Armando. That's really the worst serve you can hit Alan Garner, but Armando just fights that shot off.
Two serves 5.
Score is 2-5.
There's the serve that we're talking about there, Dave. It's a blistering, it's a 6-inch high power serve that clears the line. It's
I played Armando, and I've said this before on the webcast, back when he was 17 years old, and I couldn't even get out of the block to go after that. Serve down the right, mainly. But I see he's doing it to the left.
If you or I hit the ball 6 inches high, it would bounce twice before the foot fault line. He hits it 6 inches high, and it's clearing the short line.
That's true.
That's actually not an exaggeration for once.
Five serves 3.
Score is 5-3. This is the first game.
Short.
Allen also has an excellent power serve. He doesn't use it very often. He uses that half-speed, middle-of-the-court lob serve primarily, but his power serve is
Second serve.
excellent.
Three serves 5.
3 serves 5.
Allen's got the #1 fan in handball in his corner. Wife, Erica. Look at that deep court kill from Armando, just incredible.
Four serves 5.
For Alan Garner, he's hopeful that during this time when Armando's playing a little tense, that he can surmount some kind of lead. If Armando can get a lead and then calm down, it's not going to be good news for Alan.
Actually, I think the tension has been alleviated for Armando. He's playing incredible handball here in the last 5 rallies.
5 serves 4, Alan Garner serving from San Antonio, Texas. His mom, Allison, watching back home. Brother Aaron is here. Dad, Jim, back home as well. And brother Alex.
We've got a big group, Dave, watching in your hometown, Tucson, Arizona. Abe Montijo watching with all of his future handball stars there at the Tucson Racket Club, tuned in. Say hello to them. They were excited to see Sean Lenning advance. Sean Lenning is also one of their coaches down there at Freedom Park.
6 serves 4.
6 serves 4.
Short. Second serve.
Armando with a strange air. Huge setup. I don't understand that serve from Alan Garner. A Z serve into Armando's right hand. Here's a big setup for Armando. And Armando completely misjudging and misplaying that wrap shot from Allen. Armando had a huge setup there. Set it up to kill in the right corner, left it way up. Allen reset the rally. And you see Allen just punishing Armando with pass shots now, Dave. It's a 2-wall pass, pushes Armando back, and then a 1-wall reverse behind Armando. We'll take a replay of that last rally there. You'll see Alan Garner so patient. He doesn't need to shoot the bottom board every point, Dave. He knows he can win points with his blistering pass shots.
There's a close-up of Alan Garner. Replay here brought to you by First Star Sports. We'll do that here.
We have 60 seconds here and should have time to get the replay in here.
Instant replay is brought to you by First Star Sports and Mintech.
Here's the last rally here. It's Alan Garner with a sort of a strange serve, but Armando catches up to it. And watch this pass shot. Beautiful behind Armando. Armando does well to get it back. Here's a big step. You think Alan's going to the right, and it's behind Armando with a nice reverse.
9 serves 4 is the score. First game, Alan Garner serving to young Armando Ortiz.
Second serve.
I don't like what Armando's doing right now, Dave. He's just flailing, just hitting the ball hard, really with no purpose, not letting the ball drop. He wasted 3 opportunities in that rally. Just bang the ball. And you'll notice, Dave, that when Armando starts over-hitting the ball, he's actually hitting the ball with a lot less pace. Hits the ball much harder when he swings smooth. He also hits it much lower. Armando over-swinging in the last 2 rallies.
We have a towel timeout here. Men's quarterfinal match between Alan Garner and Armando Ortiz. Coco Deckert made the trip from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Did Murph see you yet? He doesn't know I'm here. Oh, that's great.
Score is 10-4. The scoreboard powered by Zions, the official sports drink of the UFC. Zions, get your energy on. I mean, get your Zenergy on at Zions.com.
Short ball. Second serve.
Allen with a high risk of difficulty shot there, misses it.
4 serves 10.
See him make that shot from time to time, but it's not a high percentage play. And now it's Armando with a beautiful ace serve.
5 serves 10.
Tremendous right from Alan Garner from the deep court off his back foot. That ball.
He just flipped it up there, Dave. I mean, it was with power, but he
Right.
just kind of flicked it with his wrist, right, like a laser up there.
A flick for Alan Garner still has a lot on it, and that's not a good serve from Alan. Yep. And that's the Armando kill shot that we're used to seeing.
How much does it come into play as a on this pro level, Dave, after you lose a match to somebody that you shouldn't lose to? Do you come back in? You come back in the next time you face him in another tournament and say, I have something to prove here? I mean, or should we not go into the court and even think of things like that? We should just think about our game and play our style.
Well, I'm not sure that it's someone necessary that he shouldn't lose to. Armando's a top 8 player. But I think certainly you can use that for added motivation, and there's no better motivation than getting to play the guy that just upset you in the very next tournament.
You need a headband? Yeah.
Armando's one of the few pro players, Dave, that wears the lenses in his goggles. I've never understood that personally because the lenses fog up. You don't have to worry about that with the lensless eye guards, but you know, he said he grew up playing with the lenses, and that's what he's comfortable wearing. For the record, Dave, I've never seen a player lose their eye wearing the lensless eye guards. There's, you know, some discussion there that they're not as safe, but I've personally been hit in the eye a couple of times with my lensless eye guards on and have had no problems.
Never
6
say
serves
never.
10.
Never say forever.
Great serve.
Yeah, these guys are both shooters, gunners. And if you like this style of game, they're going to feed right into what you're looking after.
10 serves 6.
10 serve 6. Boy, that ball just spun out.
You see the patience from Allen there to take the ball back to the center. A great pass shot. And Armando takes it with his left, spins his body in his hips. It's a beautiful shot.
6 serves 10.
6 serves 10. This is the first game. That's Armando Ortiz serving to Alan Garner. Boy, they're both playing really tight, right in the middle of the court. I thought when Allen was serving, he was in Armando's way, and now that Armando is serving, they're both so close to each other, Dave.
I've never seen Allen go down to a knee a la Nadi Alvarado there.
But he did it twice in one rally.
Right. Looked like he should have made that last shot. Got himself in a nice position. We'll take a replay here. But the first ball, Dave, he just went to a knee to retrieve the ball. This time he goes to a knee to shoot it. Allen misses the 3-ball shot there, gives Armando the big setup. This is where he'll go down to the knee to shoot. Would have been a highlight reel shot, Dave, but he comes up just short.
7 serves 10. Short. Second serve.
Beautiful left-hand kill. That's not an easy shot. Ball's falling down from the ceiling off the back wall. And a great serve there from Armando, and he quickly erases this deficit.
And Alan Garner's going to call a timeout. Looking at the men's master singles, Mike McDonald, the #1 seed, loses to the #2 seed, 21-8, 21-20. The 2 seed, Matt McLaughlin from Lenexa, Kansas. I want to scroll down to see if we can find some other scores. I heard that Tim Labey defeated Ian Jensen 21-15, 21-1 in their matchup in the 45s. I'll have to verify that as we look down the scoreboard here at the United States Handball Association's 4-Wall National Championships. Actually, the score is 21-12, 21-1. Tim Labey, the #2 seed, defeats Ian Jensen in that final.
Wow. Tim Labey, a former top 8 pro, took some time off from the game, but still plays quite a bit locally. He's actually playing doubles with the MDB, the Minnesota Dreamboat, tomorrow in the pro.
Oh, I think they're going to be a very good pro team. 9 serves 10 is the score here. That was the 45 singles.
Armando punch fisting that ball from the floor. Beautiful shot from Allen.
And the crowd likes it. Given a round of applause. And so I'm scrolling down to try to find more finals
10 serves 9.
here, but I don't see any more, Dave.
Joe Berman advanced to the finals today in the 50s.
He's playing, I believe, Lloyd Garcia.
That's correct.
Lloyd was, I'm assuming, like a 6 seed or something in this tournament, beating William Cervantes.
Actually, that would make Lloyd the 4 seed.
No.
Yes, it would. That's where the #4 seed goes, right there in the bottom half of the
yeah.
top bracket.
Okay.
Right above the #3 seed. Someday you'll learn how to read a bracket.
Okay, the #4 seed advances to the finals. And Niall O'Connor wins the A championship in a 21-19 loss, 21-20 win, and 11-10 tiebreaker.
Against a fellow countryman.
Kieran Neary, who was the #1 seed.
11 serves 9.
Score is 11-9.
And now it's Allen slowing the game down. Great shot from Armando. Lets the ball come off the sidewall. Knew that ball was going to come straight off the sidewall at a 90-degree angle. Gets himself set and rolls it in the right corner.
9 serves 11.
Great get from Armando. And it's Allen with a paddle kill. Weren't quite sure if that ball made it look like a slight miss hit, Dave, but let's go replay of that. It was an excellent rally. Armando awkwardly just bring that ball back. This was a great get here from Armando. Look at him stretched out now. Allen with the paddle and a flat roll. Great shot from Alan Garner.
Instant replay brought to you by First Star Sports. Up your game with First Star Sports. Score is 11-10 in favor of Garner.
I think it's 12-10, but we'll see in a minute here. Armando not doing any damage with that open stance right, Dave. He's loses all of his power, unable to put the ball down. Needs to square himself up to the side wall.
12 serves 9.
12 serves 9, actually.
I knew
You
the
knew
Bombshell
something
had a 2-point lead. Wasn't sure if it was.
That was kind of a wild shot for Allen right there. Goes for that cutthroat kill shot, left corner front wall kill.
Cutthroat.
Off balance. Well, when you do it off balance.
Oh, I see.
9 serves 12.
But he didn't get it. 9-12 first game. That's
Terrible
a huge
serve.
setup. Allen boxes Ortiz out in the process of killing that ball,
And
sliding it.
that's the danger there, Dave. When you hit so much reverse and you hit the ball so low,
12 serves
you can
9.
pick the ball up. You see Luis Moreno do that quite a bit. He has a similar service motion to Armando, where they hit the ball with so much reverse. As we say, their reverse is their natural. And that can happen. And it costs Armando here. You know, that costs you 2 or 3 points because you're out of the
13 serves
server's
9.
box. Now Allen comes in, scores a quick point. And who knows how many he'll score here before Armando gets back into the box. We'll keep track. That's what we do. And that's 2 consecutive points after a huge mistake by Armando Ortiz on the serve.
14 serves 9.
Sometimes, Dave, this can be the difference, and that's just the worst serve I've ever seen from Alan Garner. That's a serve that even a beginner wouldn't hit. Just a terrible serve.
9 serves 14.
Or as Charles Barker would say, terrible.
9 serves 14, 5-point deficit. Armando Ortiz getting that crack on the right side. Dug out, though, from Alan Garner.
Nice get from Allen. You know, the knock on Allen, Dave, a couple years ago before the World Championships was all the shots, all the power, doesn't have the foot speed. But now you see Allen really committing to making gets, keeping rallies alive, and that's what's really taken his game from a top 10 level to a top 3 level player.
14 serves 9.
Armando looks a little bit tired to me right now, Dave. See him breathing with his mouth open. You see Armando pretty slow to move back into the front court. We'll take an instant replay of this right here, Dave. And what happens is Armando hits sort of a weak return, should be following that ball in, because Allen's only shot there is the paddle re-kill. And you watch how far back Armando stays here. Maybe he thinks this ball will just stay down. And look at Armando way back there behind the dotted line. If that was Sean Lenning, for example, Dave, Sean Lenning sprinting up there, he'd be up there at the short line with a good opportunity to pick up that left-handed kill. And these are just little nuances, Dave, that can make a big difference. That's the difference between losing 21-12 and maybe, you know, tying the score at 16 and, you know, being right there in the game. Because these players, Dave, are so closely matched that a couple of physical or mental mistakes at any point in these games can spell the difference.
That instant replay was provided by Mentech. I want to thank them. Scoreboard
15 serves 9.
with a score of 15-9, powered by Zions at Zions.com, the official sports drink of the UFC.
And Armando with a very strange shot. You very rarely see Armando trying to take something off the ball, particularly a dump shot. Came in with his footwork sloppy. We'll take a look at this here. This is just a strange shot from Armando. You see he's just shoulders are facing the front wall, and it looked like he was slightly tripping on his own feet there. That's a good swing from Armando. Gets the setup, and he overhits the pass. And now you see Armando, Dave, just kind of out of sorts right now. Swing too hard, doesn't have the control, not keeping the ball down. And now it's just Armando totally out of sorts right now. And this can easily happen, Dave. It's that fine line that we talk about between the precision, hitting the ball hard, and just overhitting and kind of being a little bit rattled. And believe me, I can speak to it. I live it. The game just seems to speed up a little bit on you, Dave, when you have the same shots that you have when you're relaxed, but all of a sudden the same shots are being rushed and overhit. I don't like this attitude here from Armando, smiling and jovially talking with Alan Garner. It's like what Pat Riley did with the Knicks, Dave. He said, I don't care if you played college ball with these guys we're playing. I don't care if you're best friends. You're not speaking to them before the game or during the game, and you're not going out with them after the game. This is the national championship, Dave. This is something that you put on your record for eternity.
17 serves 9. Maybe Phil Jackson needs to talk to LeBron James.
Well, LeBron plays Chicago, and he's buddies with Derrick Rose and everything very comfortable. He comes into Dallas. They don't have anything to do with him. You don't see Jason Terry hugging LeBron before the game, and who knows? Maybe that sort of psychological warfare is one of the reasons we see such a great player fall completely apart.
Well, you moved out of the hotel room last night because of that same thing you're talking about. You didn't want to be around a person that you'd play.
I don't want to speak to a person I play.
That's why I have dreamed about entering a tournament that you're in, hopefully on your side of the bracket.
Well, since we only do speak on the webcast, wouldn't be a concern.
Allen's just handcuffing Armando on every shot.
Allen is totally dominating this match, and I don't think the score is any indication, Dave, of just how easily Allen is handling Armando here in this first game.
18 serves 9.
18 serves 9.
Allen's doing exactly what he should be doing here, Davies. Letting Armando take himself out of this game. Armando's making a lot of mistakes and just giving Allen so many setups. And Armando's actually right. He says you're hitting the ball like a girl, and quite frankly, Dave, he's not hitting the ball well. He's not been stepping into the ball, and when he hasn't done anything with it.
There's some girls in this tournament that hit the ball pretty well.
And look at these shots from Armando. It's just unbelievable, Dave. He's trying to invent a paddle kill, which isn't really part of his arsenal. Each time he's hit it, the ball's sat up just around 2 miles per hour on the left side wall, which is just horrible.
Game point, serves 9.
And now you see the bad body language here from Armando. This game is over, so you can't really blame him.
And there's a timeout call from Armando Ortiz. Glove change.
Take a look at Armando's glove here on his left hand.
They actually already called for glove change.
You see that? The glove is completely ripped there, Dave. And he's, playing with a glove that's totally torn to shreds.
Well, I think that might be the reason why he's...
No, his gloves were actually wet. That's why he put that glove on when it was completely dry in the same condition.
The WPH is proud to partner with First Star Sports for the live webcast of these four-wall National Handball Championships with the United States Handball Association. 61 national championships. This is the 61st year. FirstStarSports.com/WPH. Go there to up your game. Locally owned, nationally owned, Tucson Rolling Shutters Incorporated manufactures the finest retractable products to improve the security, energy, efficiency, comfort, and privacy of your home or business. Get a hold of them online at TucsonRollingShutters.com. On July 9th, Dave, the Intercity Handball Association hosts the Play Handball for the Cure Mayor's Cup Handball Championship to raise money for leukemia, lymphoma, cancer research. If you want to help save lives, donate online by clicking the Donate Now button. That's www.icha.org. These businesses that are sponsoring or advertising on the live webcast are doing so to support our sport and our efforts for innovation. Please go there to the ICHA.org website and click the donate button. Even if you're donating $5, it does make a difference. The Intercity Handball Association is making a difference in New York, and I know that in the past you've played in the Mayor's Cup. It's a great tournament.
I've been associated with the ICHA in some form for nearly 20 years. Went there as a 16-year-old and played in the ICHA Junior One-Wall Nationals, and I know their president very well, Paul Williams. It's a tremendous organization. It's done so much for kids in the inner city in New York. So many of those kids not only learning to play handball, but gaining all sorts of experience, both in education and work experience from handball. And it's really a tremendous organization that does so much for the game and also for people.
Through televised and pay-per-view broadcast of UFC fighting events, the Zions and Zynergy brands reach millions of consumers in about 100 countries worldwide. Zions is online at Zions.com. Check them out. They're the official sports drink of the UFC. They've partnered up with UFC. And the drink is truly amazing. Zions.com. We're in the middle of a 2-minute glove change here, and Alan Garner taking all 2 minutes. Oddly enough, Alan Garner scores 1 point. We go into a 5-minute break, so.
It's always interesting to change your gloves right before a game ends, because generally you like to change them between games. So do you keep your new dry gloves on during the timeout? They get so sweaty sitting around that you have to change them again anyway.
9 serves 20.
9 serves 20.
It's a conundrum.
Short.
Armando looks like he's trying to get that pep back in his game here. It's a little late, though, here in this first game.
Alan's going to tee off on that.
And a beautiful reverse there from Allen. Armando thought he had a play on that ball, even thought he had a setup potentially, but that ball just straightened out.
Serves 9.
Pulled the string on it, Dave.
This is game point, serves 9.
And here's the setup. Allen takes it back to the ceiling. And a great shot from Armando. That's frustrating, Dave. When you pass up a setup, you think you're hitting the smart shot back to the ceiling, and then it's Armando flat rolling. Armando just barely over hitting that serve. And another pass shot winner from Alan Garner. That's the 12th pass shot in this first game, Dave, that he's hit for either a point or a side out. We talk so much about how difficult it is to pass a pro player, but Allen's doing it at will here. And there's another pass. Armando will track this down and rolls it.
Nine serves 20. Short.
Score is 9 to 20.
I called it short. One agrees. Second serve. Second serve.
Armando seems most keen in his concentration right now, Dave, but where was it throughout Alan Garner's extended run to stretch this lead to 20 to 9?
It's almost as if Ortiz plays better without the headband. He took it off, and all of a sudden he's making shots like that. The headband might have just been too heavy for him. That head does not need that headband. There's a replay.
This was the best rally of the match. This is the last shot of the rally, but before that amazing shot, Dave, there was just about 4 amazing gets by both players.
That instant replay
10
brought to you
serves,
by
20.
Zions, the leader in sports energy drinks.
There's a huge setup off the back wall, and Allen doesn't do anything with it, and he
Oof.
does something with that. Allen's had that opportunity, Dave, with that sort of mid-range right-hand kill a number of times in this game. He's taken all of them back to the ceiling, and I've wondered why he hasn't hit that shot in the right corner. That shot takes a lot of strength, but he has it.
Game point, serves 10.
Here's game point. Alan Garner going to the power serve.
Short. Short.
I think you'll see Armando playing much better handball
serve.
in the second game, Dave. He looks like he's sort of found his timing here, as you can see by these shots he's hitting. Trying to build some momentum here. He may even be trying to come back and win this first game. There's nothing to say he can't score 11 consecutive points, but if he can build the momentum, find
serves,
a serve potentially that works.
Wow.
Great shot from Allen, and Armando is right there if that ball doesn't stay down for a re-kill, but that ball did stay completely flat. You hear Allen urging himself here, Dave.
Game point, serves 10. Short.
These are
Second
beautiful
serve.
courts here at the Lifetime Fitness, Dave. Some of the best courts that we'll play throughout the year. And that's game number 1 for Alan Garner. 21-10. They'll take a 5-minute break here, Dave, and come back. It's Alan Garner, just as our viewers predicted, it's 68% now. Alan Garner to win this first game, or this match here against Armando Ortiz.
As you see Armando walking in here with the First Star Sports instant replay.
It's a good shot of the short serve there, Dave, and we're going to take a look at the second serve that actually wins Alan Garner the game.
And here it comes.
Kind of it didn't look like too great of a serve there, but Armando missed playing it.
Well, it's coming around that revolving door, and it's just so fast back there.
But we see Armando take so many revolving doors and flat roll them.
Yeah, but normally he spins around with the door. This one, he let the ball come behind him, and he stayed straight, and that's hard to, you know.
He was on the wrong side of the door.
I say he was going out the left when he should have been going into the right. Lifetime Fitness is proud to host the World Players of Handball in the USHA with their 4-wall National Handball Championships this weekend here in Fridley, Minnesota. We welcome the opportunity to showcase great sport of handball and the talent of players competing this weekend. Lifetime Fitness here in Fridley, Minnesota, over 30,000 square feet of recreational space for those that are enthusiasts that want to get in shape in this Twin City area. We want to thank Lifetime Fitness for everything they've done to help us get this live webcast in Minnesota. At Synetra, they take a comprehensive approach to solving the everyday IT problems. No matter how much IT knowledge you have, they can use their technology that they've proven to work with other clients to help you out. Solving IT and communication challenges like yours for over 25 years. Synetra, SYNETRA.com. And like I said earlier, please try to support, if you can, the sponsors that are bringing us this live webcast. Without the sponsors, we wouldn't be here providing the feed. TB Pinnock & Sons, a fifth-generation family-owned construction company, breaking new ground since 1905. Visit them at TB Pinnock, P-E-N-I-C-K. That's TBPENICK.com. And of course, the United States Handball Association. If you like what you see, become a member of the USHA today. Member benefits include a subscription to the Handball magazine, discounts on USHA handballs, gloves, gear, so much more. The opportunity to play in these national events and their sanctioned tournaments, so much more. The United States Handball Association is located online at ushandball.org. That is ushandball.org. Dave, we just had the conclusion of that first game with Alan Garner and Armando Ortiz. We highly anticipated that this could be one of those type of matches that was a replay of what happened in Tucson, but Alan seemed to be a little bit more seasoned in his match here against
Armando a little bit off there in that first game, Dave. Didn't take advantage of a number of opportunities that we're accustomed to seeing him put away. And it was Alan Garner, very steady, nothing spectacular, made his shots that we're used to seeing him make. And Armando's serve really let him down there in that first game, Dave. He had a few nice serves down the left, but a number of huge backwall setups for Alan Garner off the first serve. And Armando cannot afford to make those kind of mistakes in game number 2 if he wants to extend this match to the tiebreaker.
One thing I noticed about Alan Garner is the fact that he was giving all the energy that he had on a few of the rallies that he wanted to win. He went down to his knee a couple times, sliding into the wall, showing some aggression, extending rallies with athleticism. This is something that Alan Garner does usually in a final or maybe in a semi to get to the final. We haven't seen him play like that in maybe a couple tournaments.
Well, Alan brought a different intensity here, Dave, that we hadn't seen since the U.S. Open. We've only seen him once because he hasn't been playing many tournaments. But this is the Alan Garner that you're afraid of if you're a player, because this Alan Garner brings all the shots, all the power, and the will to win with the drive to retrieve balls and keep rallies alive.
Well, Alan Garner is going to step back into the court here in just under a minute, if not already, facing Armando Ortiz, who does have a lifetime record against Alan. I know that you keep all of the stats right there in your head, but I believe Alan is 1-2.
That's correct. They're actually on my computer on the hard drive. Also, I have them backed up, but I review those before each webcast. And in fact, Alan does trail 2-1. His only win, Dave, coming in a smaller event in San Antonio that was not a pro stop. He's 0-2 in pro stops against Armando Ortiz. You have to win 2 games to win, Dave, but unless Armando's able to completely turn the tide here in game number 2, which, you know, we're not saying he can't do, it could be the end of the dream, this year at least, for Armando Ortiz. We see these guys now pointing at the floor here, Dave. I don't know if there's a crack in the wood finish or what, but Mondo seems very concerned with it. Alan, not so much. Alan is sponsored by the New York Athletic Club, Dave, which hosts one of the great invitationals in the sport every spring. Contact John Moran to become part of that great event. They've had the best players playing out of that club and being represented by that club for the last 50 years, including the Obert brothers, John Bike Jr., Paul Brady, Alan Garner, Sean Lenning, Tracy Davis, Joe Kaplan, to name just a few, Dave.
They just break a ball in warm-ups?
Yes, he did.
I'm surprised they didn't do that during the game.
Well, you have a good ear for that, Dave, knowing when the ball is about to break. You just hear it. So you would have known if the ball was about to break.
Well, now we have to get a new ball.
Surprising, Dave, that the players don't change balls at the beginning of each game. You wouldn't see a baseball pitcher coming out and throwing a ball that's been used for 4 or 5 innings. A golfer changes balls every 3 holes. Tennis gets 9 new balls every 7 games or every 9 games. Football's got about 50 different balls they rotate throughout the game. I don't know if you're seeing a trend here, but I'm trying to show one. We've now got the maintenance crew in here, Dave. I'm assuming just a loose board in there, right around that short line, restraining line area.
Is that what they're doing? They're pounding a board in? I don't think I've ever seen that happen on a court before. South End Rowing Club, maybe on a sidewall, but not necessarily near the dotted line.
Armando serving.
Also the old Olympic Club, Dave, in their old courts in that arena.
Now we're getting ready for game number 2 after Alan Garner wins the first one 21-10.
0 serves 0.
Armando seems to be toggling between a tremendous shot there from Alan Garner to start this first game. Not to start Armando once, but Dave, Armando seems to be toggling between being extremely intense and sort of extremely casual. He hasn't really found that right
0 serves 0.
mindset thus far.
Short. Appeal. I called it short. One agrees. The other one didn't see it. Second serve.
Love that serve there from Alan Garner, and then finishes it off with that left corner kill. Just a great serve there, deep left crack. Armando does well to drive the ball at Alan's feet, but Alan redirects into the left corner.
That was a quick call from the referee, Nelson Quintero.
Second serve.
Nelson, a former All-American basketball player, former pro golfer, former armed forces
Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL. Also a former top 10 handball pro who's climbing back there, Dave. Also the current 35 and over national champion.
And
Told
he's
me
positioned to be the current 35 national champion after 2 wins already in a round robin of 4.
he told me that he hit a drive 360 yards in the air.
So he's
actually one of the longest drivers in the world.
ever.
Ever. That puts him in the top 5 or 6 all time for longest drives ever hit. So he has that going for him, which is nice.
Second serve.
It took us 3 points, Dave, to rattle off all of Nelson Quintero's accomplishments, and now it's...
Now he's working on reffing the perfect game.
I didn't see a bad bounce.
He actually threw 3 perfect games in college as a pitcher, and he hit 4 home runs in that same game.
If you have a bad bounce, just stop play right away and say bad bounce, because I'm at a bad angle here.
Actually, he's at the best angle
3 serve 0.
you could be in, but 3 serve 0, game number 2. Allen takes the first one, 21-10. That is a short ball.
I actually thought the score was 4-0. I assume we're replaying that last rally, because it was 3-0 before that last rally.
Ball just sort of skidded.
Not a good shot there from Armando. And now a total miss hit from Allen. And that ball merges with the side wall. Armando does well to drive the ball there, but Allen misses the opportunity.
Allen makes 2 left-handed hand airs in that one rally.
0 serves 3.
One of them made the front wall. The second one didn't. 1 serves 3. Armando Ortiz,
Check it.
just about 12 months ago, 13 months ago, had open heart surgery to repair a damaged valve.
We actually have interest in doing a feature on Armando for Real Sports on HBO. It's an amazing story.
Second serve.
You know, Dave, they talk about Tiger playing through a dislocated knee and a bad Achilles. Willis Reed coming out there with a bad leg, but here's Armando Ortiz, Dave, in the top 8 in the world just a year after open heart surgery. Now, I'm, not a doctor, Dave, but it seems like open heart surgery would be a lot more dramatic and more difficult to return from than a bad knee.
We're going to have our film crew go over and clean off that back
serve,
glass
three.
after Armando Ortiz and Allen fell up against the back wall right in front of our camera.
Armando looks very flat here, Dave. I haven't seen Armando play this poorly,
Three
Dave.
serves, one.
Maybe ever, actually. And you know, Dave, you can say Alan Garner's keeping him off balance with all this power, but Armando thrives on all that power. He's used to playing against the heavy hitters. He just recently beat Sean Lenning, who hits the ball as hard as anybody, just less than a month ago. Plays a lot with Marcos Chavez, who can really crank the ball when he wants to as well. So it's just...
4 serves, 1.
It's surprising. Certainly,
Short.
we don't want to take anything away from Allen, but Armando to this point, Dave, has been totally off.
Second serve.
And you see Armando with an easy fly kill there, Dave, and rather than letting the ball drop, and I don't understand this play from Armando. Armando just consistently, and we'll take a replay of that entire last rally there, Dave. This is not the Armando Ortiz we're used to seeing, just tapping the ball back to Allen with huge setups in the front court. And let's just watch this entire rally here, Dave. Not a bad return there from Armando. And now look at this. And rather than letting that ball drop, he tries a big ball paddle shot, and now another sort of off-speed shot, and now another. Armando telling me, Dave, he's played nothing but big ball over the last couple of months, with the exception of a couple of four-wall tournaments, and you can see that big ball influence creeping into his small ball game. Now, there's certainly, Dave, big ball shots that work well in the four-wall court, but to get into that habit of just sort of falling back and smacking the ball on balls that you need to be teeing off on is not going to win you matches against a top 3 pro.
Score here is 5-1. You are watching the 61st United States Handball Association's Four-Wall National Handball Championships, provided by First Star Sports and the WPH. Learn the game of handball from one of the all-time greats. Get your pencil out, your paper alongside your handball gear, and prepare to take the next step in improving that game of yours. A must-see for all who really do want to win. DaveChapmanHandball.com. He has a video that is remarkable. You can learn some new dump shots. He has 2 handball videos out. DaveChapmanHandball.com. Go there and purchase his new instructional handball video. He's now has 2 on the market. We've seen the instant replays, the last one provided by Mintech, the global software and servicing provider for the mining industry. Just as the chairman, Fred Banfield, was in 1970, they committed to developing the software solutions that meet the client's changing needs. That's minesite.com for Mintech.
Short.
As we're back in, 6-1. Alan Garner serving.
One agrees. The other one didn't see it. Second serve.
That line judge on the left side just seems to be blocked a lot.
How can we as viewers, Dave, support Mintech?
Well, you go to their website, tool around. They create software solutions for those that are wanting to get into the mining industry. Everybody wants to find gold or precious metals. Some are hobbyists. Well, they've got solutions for you that can hook right into your computer and give you underground analysis of certain areas that are hotbeds for buying mineral rights and also finding the minerals. Now, it's not for everybody, but everybody loves discovering gold.
Well,
they
there's
can help
3
you.
ways to get rich, Dave. You can inherit
You
it.
can marry into it, inherit it.
Inheriting it is the
Okay,
easiest.
okay, uh-huh.
That's number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, you can marry it.
Okay.
Oftentimes that comes with a price.
Okay.
Six
And number
serves
3,
one.
you can earn it, which is
Yeah,
not so much fun,
Okay.
Short.
but can be.
But if you're going to earn it, go with the guys that have earned a living creating solutions for those.
Second serve.
That is Mintech.
Seven serves one.
7 serves 1. That's 2 points.
You see Mondo doing anything he can to try and keep himself in this game. This game actually reminds me a lot of the first match on the webcast this morning, Dave. A highly anticipated match that turned out to be fairly benign and non-competitive.
8 serves one.
And now Mondo ice cold. Played Armando Ortiz, Dave, in 2008 at the Showtime in
9 serves
Seattle.
one.
Armando lost the first game 21-6, trailed 13-2 in game number 2, and actually came back and won that match, Dave. So you don't count Armando out.
Thank you.
See what the score is here.
I believe the score is 10-1.
10 serves one. Short.
The score is 10-1 on the Giants scoreboard.
Second serve.
And now you see Armando bewildered in there right now, Dave. Can't figure out what's going wrong. Unfortunately, Dave, off days don't discriminate even at the Nationals, and Armando is having one of those right now.
11 serving one.
Armando getting a timeout there just by asking for a timeout. Got about a 30-second break there trying to communicate
11
with our
serves one.
referee. Players feel like they need to whisper to the referee, Dave, but the ref can actually hear you. You can just talk normal. Allen not anticipating the left corner there. Had a good opportunity to close on that ball, but was on his back foot. And now it's Armando Ortiz, 10 points from defeat, but also 20 points from evening up this match at 1 game apiece. So
One serves
we'll
11.
see what happens.
1 serves 11, second game. Ortiz loses the first one 21-10. That ball looks like it's just over the line.
Nice adjustment there from Allen, taking the ball out of the air. And terrible footwork there from Armando. Nice shot there from Armando Ortiz, the Heartbreak Kid. See Armando moving back to that back wall shot, totally out of position here. And we'll see if we pick it up on this replay. Oh, this is the kill shot to end the rally.
2 serves 11.
2 serves 11.
We actually had a slow motion call as well as a slow motion shot.
Second serve.
Thanks, Fitch.
I didn't know we had a third voice in the booth, but I guess the Grim Reaper decided to step in and give us his take on that instant replay.
First Star sponsoring the
11
instant
serves
replay,
2.
but it's Fitch bringing those instant replays to us. He's one of the greats in this business, Dave. He can do anything with a switchboard and a computer.
There's Armando Ortiz trying to pump himself up here. He said, hit it like a man. You show some heart.
Timeout.
And a timeout called from Armando Ortiz. Here in game number 2, down 2-11. It's the United States Handball Association's 4-Wall National Handball Championships. We're going to take a quick timeout as well in the booth. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. Stick with us.
For 20 years, the Inner City Handball Association has helped teen athletes accomplish their dreams. Help us continue our work. Donate today. Thank you.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle. Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Twelve serves 2.
And we are back here, 12-2 was the score called by the ref.
13 serves 2.
But after that quick point from Alan Garner, now at 13-2. There's a side out. Armando Ortiz walking to the box, looking to get something going here. Some type of change of
2 serves 13.
momentum.
Second serve.
And there's just a blatant swing and miss from Armando Ortiz with a left-handed fist down the middle. This is kind of the epitome of how his day is going, Dave.
Well, if you saw an instant replay of that, there was a huge hop on that ball from Alan Garner. It's not the kind of shot you want to fist, Dave, because you need to open up your hand as big as you can make it. And just sort of try and get that ball back in play. The fist gives you the smallest hitting area, Dave, of any shot. We might take a replay of that last back wall shot that Armando Ortiz whiffed. This actually was the last point here. This is the short serve.
2 serves 13.
Score is 2-13.
And here it is. Watch this hop. You see that ball just make a big break to the left. Anything that moves that far to the left should have a turn signal on it.
13. Screen.
You can get a ticket for that in most states. That's right, you'll get points on your license too, don't laugh. That insurance goes up.
3 serves 13. Short. Appeal. I called it short. One agrees. The other one didn't see it. The linesman on that side agreed. This one didn't see it.
Armando Ortiz like a mime in there, Dave. He just whispers to the referee without actually saying a word. Fortunately, our referee, Navy SEAL pro golfer, pro basketball player, pro handball player, Nelson Quintero, also a lip reader. He's quite good at that as well.
4 serves 13.
Good serve right there from Armando.
That's not the shot that Armando wants to miss. Believe it or not, Dave, Armando makes that shot and a couple more points. He's back in this match. Now it's Alan Garner back in the service box. If Alan runs 2 or 3 points here, he
short ball, not called.
Eliminates Armando's momentum.
Let's cue up the instant replay on that short ball. if it makes a difference. No appeal from
And
Armando
that's
Ortiz.
a huge miss there from Armando, Dave, because certainly Armando's capable of scoring points in bunches, but if Allen is up to a 15-4, 15-5 lead,
Watch this.
Armando really has
14
no
serves
room for
4.
error. That looked good. And I know you won't admit that you were wrong, but it was.
Thought it was on the line.
15 serves 4.
15 serves 4.
I like that serve down the right. That's a good return from Armando. And Allen resets it. Beautiful shot there from Alan Garner. That shot was never in doubt. Dave, he went for that right corner and just pinched it perfectly with a nice little reverse on it. You put the reverse on that shot into the right corner, Dave, as you know, it just hits that sidewall and takes off right to the front wall and stays down. That's actually the shot that we're going to talk about most at the junior clinic coming up on Saturday afternoon, Dave. And you see Allen slipping on his own wet spot there. Probably better that he wasn't able to pick that ball up because that was a dangerous situation there. But you see both players using that right corner, Dave, in the last 2 rallies to win the rally. That's a shot that a lot of experienced players, beginners, and players of all levels don't use enough. They don't realize they need to use those corners, particularly when they have their opponents out of position. And as you know, Dave, it's much easier to kill the ball and keep the ball down when you hit the corner first than just hitting the front wall first.
Let's go ahead and go to that replay and watch that. Score is 16-4, second game after Armando Ortiz loses the first one, 21-10.
It's been the Allen Garner highlight reel here. This is a great get here from Allen. And you see Allen, and here he'll slip on his own wet spot.
But look, if we can go back again, Fitch, right when
4
Armando
16.
hits this ball, watch his foot. He actually spins it. Looks like he hurts his foot right at the previous shot, sorry. But the previous shot, he actually spun his foot and rolled his ankle a little bit. Now you see his
saying there.
You can see him limping on that right foot.
And you see Armando having a lot of problems with his glasses fogging up. It's very humid in the court.
When you wear a dry fit shirt like that, a poor quality dry fit shirt at that, and you put
5 serves
those lens eye guards on, it just makes them really muddy and almost like there's a film on it. You know all about that.
Well, I don't, because I don't wear poor quality anything.
Glove change.
Now there's a 2-minute glove
Score
change.
6
Of course, we're
serving
talking live
16.
right now, and it's hard to listen. Yeah. Dave Chapman will play Nadi Alvarado tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. to this live webcast crowd, and then followed immediately by Sean Linning versus the winner of this one, and it looks like it's going to be Alan Garner.
Well, Armando's looked pretty good here, Dave, in the last 3 rallies, but he'll have to play perfect handball here in the remainder of this second game if he wants to mount any sort of comeback, because Alan Garner's just a few good serves and a couple Armando Ortiz mistakes and a couple kill shots from advancing to the semifinals, and Armando really can't give Allen anything here. He'll have to outscore Allen 16-4.
Based out of Midland, Texas, when it comes to mineral rights consulting and the due diligence of land acquisitions, Gilmer and Associates are the experts to call. Petroleum Land Services since 1981. Get a hold of Mark Gilmer at M-A-R-K, Gilmer, G-I-L-M-E-R, at msn.com. Gilmer and Associates, proud sponsors of this live webcast, huge supporters of handball in general and the WPH. First Star Sports is a proud partner as well of this live webcast. The USHA 4-Wall National Handball Championships here in Fridley, Minnesota. First Star Sports, you can up your game at firststarsports.com/WPH. I want to thank them for getting on board. Check out First Star Sports patented T3 technology at firststarsports.com/WPH. This is the men's quarterfinal match. It was Alan Garner winning the very first one, 21-10. And now he's up 16-5. The winner will face Sean Lenning tomorrow at 12:30. Earlier today, it was Nadi Alvarado defeating David Fink in 2 straight. And then David Chapman got past Tommy Little in a tiebreaker, 11-1 in that break. That means Dave Chapman will face Nadi Alvarado once again at a national championship in the upper bracket semifinal, and more than likely Alan Garner versus Sean Lenning in the lower bracket. Upper bracket starts at 11:15 a.m. This is a 2-minute glove change here courtside in Fridley. They're both stepping back onto the court. Armando Ortiz from Southern California and Alan Garner from San Antonio, Texas. You heard the
Nice
score
serve there from Armando.
Score.
That's a great finish there, but Alan makes a tremendous get, puts himself back in position, and now it's a setup for Alan. He re-wraps the wrap. That's something they teach you in cooking school. Looked like that could have been a screen, Dave, but not called. Armando doesn't look like he's lobbying for it, although that ball was up. That's the type of shot there, Dave, where you can't do much other than just get the ball back. But still, Armando looked like his view was obstructed quite a bit.
Well, he made eye contact with the ref, but he didn't say anything. 16 serve 6.
Usually that's all you need to do with Nelson. Eye contact gets you the call.
Well, it's worked so far in this match, but not on that last one.
Alan had the perfect opportunity there, but
Alan just keeps hitting these
catches.
2-wall passes. Every shot's a 2-wall pass.
Let's see how he does here with his left. This is the point Alan should have won about 6 times. And another mistake off the back wall. And Alan has to be frustrated with himself there. That was not a hinder. Should not be.
There was contact.
Side out.
I agree with the call there.
Watch this replay, though. At the very end, Alan Garner.
Incredible, though, how many chances Alan Garner doesn't take here. I mean, this being the last of about 6.
Yeah, but watch this. Watch the foot. Watch the foot.
Okay, I see what you're saying there, and I can admit, unlike yourself, that I didn't see the call correctly.
That live webcast replay brought to you by First Star Sports, firststarsports.com/WPH, where you can up your game. Giving us that instant replay.
These
Alan
guys
Garner.
look good in there, Dave, but I think they'd look a lot better in First Star. Stay cool. Look good.
Six serves, 16.
6 serves, 16. Armando Ortiz serving to the blonde bombshell, Alan Garner. His lovely wife, Erica, who looks like she just
Replay.
is just glowing every time you see her.
That was 2 terrible shots in a row by these 2 great players.
6 serves, 16.
Alan Garner has sort of lost his back wall shot momentarily here, Dave. And look at these sloppy shots here from Alan, and that's a terrible shot there from Armando. A back foot kill shot attempt, and now it's Alan with a sort of a punch fist re-kill.
But it looked like it reversed out a little bit with that left hand.
It did reverse, and not what I'd call a great shot, though, by any means. I don't know, Dave, if both these players are a little bit tired at this point, both a little bit flat, maybe both losing a little bit of their concentration, but here you see Armando on his back foot, and now it's Alan. That was actually an open-handed paddle. Armando totally misreading that play. Had he seen Alan cut across the outside of that ball, he would have known the ball jumped back into the left wall and put himself in a good position for the re-kill, but didn't.
That's just going to come with more experience. That live replay brought to you by Zions at Zions.com, the official sports drink of the UFC.
I really feel, Dave, that Armando playing so much big ball is not reading the hops and he's not reading the spins correctly with this small ball. And as you know, Dave, playing with the big ball, it's a big transition. It was Alan Garner winning the first game 21-10, now leads by 10
16 serve 6.
in the second game. You can see the symmetry. And there's a shot of Armando's goggles. I think he just smashed those,
that
Dave.
was a good serve.
This match will end up
I called the
costing
serve, but
him
it was
money,
good.
Dave, because those are
You're appealing?
about $400 Oakleys that are now smashed.
You're appealing? I call it good serve.
Let's see if we can take a replay of this. The door is now open, which means Armando's having a word with our referee. He's
One
not
agrees.
just miming.
Point.
It will get.
One agrees.
And Armando's not happy. I can't see him, but I can feel him and his unhappiness right now. Now he wants a linesman replaced, taking a page from yours truly.
Seventeen serve 6.
Armando now looks like he's pointing at our cameras, saying that even though it wasn't short, he still had a chance to play it, I presume.
17 serve 6.
Like how Nelson diffused that situation there, Dave. That was an excellent job of refereeing there. Nice get there from Allen.
Side out.
Didn't quite make it. He'll go for the towel here, but let's see if we can take an instant replay of that short serve. And Armando's still talking about it, which is surprising. Actually, no one's talking to me right now, Dave. Fitch won't acknowledge my replay request. You won't even acknowledge that I exist.
I have nothing to add. That's
And
a nice, relaxed shot right there from Armando.
Still not letting the ball drop and extending on it the way we're used to seeing Armando do.
7 serve 17.
It's like a guy that I play golf with, Dave, from time to time. He shoots 150 every time I play with him, but tells me he shoots 84 and 82 when I'm not there, and every time he tells me just a little bit off. That's Armando's story today, Dave, just a little bit off.
17.
That's a great tomahawk smash kill from Armando.
9 serve 17.
That was
Short
a
ball.
big foot fault there from Armando. Way over the line.
Second serve.
As a player, Dave, you don't want referees calling those foot faults because it really gets into your head and your service motion changes. Our
Thank you.
2 bounce there from Alan Garner.
Ten serve 17.
10 serve 17.
And this is what Armando can do, Dave. I mentioned just a couple minutes ago that Armando trailed
Timeout.
21-6,
Scores 11 serving
13-2
17.
the first time he and I played. Came back to win that match, 21-20 in the second game and 11-8 in the tiebreaker. And it's now Armando very much in this second game. Armando started this run with a nice back wall kill with his right hand down the right wall. And it's a couple of Alan Garner mistakes. And now it's Armando Ortiz feeling pretty good about himself. You see Armando fired up about that short serve. He thought it was short. Referee disagreed, the linesman disagreed, but he's using that anger now, Dave, to fuel this comeback. He scored 5 unanswered points here, trails 11-17. He trailed 6-17 at that point. He scored 5 points quickly.
Serve 17. Short. Second serve.
Armando goes back to that big ball shot. No, not a good shot there from Armando. And he gets the setup anyway, a huge setup. Nearly left that ball up and had that ball come off the sidewall. He was in a bad spot, but it didn't.
12 serve 17.
It's now 12-17.
Short.
Now Armando takes a little bit off that serve to try and keep it off the back wall, but hits it about
Second serve.
5 feet short. And he'll go with this underhand scoop lob. Second serve. I like that second serve. Allen wraps it. Armando shoots it. Not a great shot, but it's Allen who read the hop perfectly there, Dave, and still missed hitting the kill shot attempt.
13 serve 17.
Terrible serve there from Armando. And how it's Armando making all kinds of great gets here, and Allen not putting the ball down right now. Armando calling a double bounce there. I thought he got that ball.
Thank you.
As is standard here, Dave, at a handball tournament, the only applause I've heard all day is when a player's called a double bounce on himself. I don't understand how Armando could have construed that as a double bounce. He picked up that ball about 12 inches above the ground on the first bounce. Armando hitting the deck there, and we'll take a quick instant replay of that there, Fitz. You see Armando leaving his feet for no reason, didn't need to leave his feet in that spot. Armando had a great opportunity to roll that ball into the right corner, and watch this here. Allen here, and see Armando goes into a dive
13.
trying to fist pass from the air. All he needed to do is take one more step up there. And here's a setup for Allen. Does not put it down. And Armando does. Allen a little tight right now, Dave, not releasing that swing. The ball's coming up, and he's not looking to end the rallies. He's looking to try and win rallies with pass
13
shots now.
serves 18.
Amazing shot there from Armando, and you see him clenching both fists there. That's sort of his trademark. Armando with a deep court off balance, left hand flat kill right in front of the blonde bombshell.
14 serves 18.
It's the blonde bombshell now who's hoping the finish line starts to appear closer than it may seem. And there's a terrible break there from Armando, for Armando. What looked like it would be a huge setup there, Dave, coming at around the revolving door, catches the back wall and sidewall at the same time, and Armando has no play on the ball. Very fortunate there for the bombshell, who once led 17-6 just 9 minutes ago.
18 serves 14.
Finds himself leading only 18-14 with all the momentum in the Heartbreak Kid's favor. Not a good overhand left from Armando. A big setup. Allen lets the ball drop, and he doesn't roll it, but he hits it hard enough, Dave, with a big enough natural that the ball moves away from Armando there.
I'm so nervous
14.
I can't even watch.
Well, you haven't watched for the last 25 minutes. Here's a setup, and Allen does not take advantage. And that's the knock on Allen. He has that setup in the front court with his right hand, and he chooses to hit the cross-court pass rather than shooting the ball into the right corner or straight down the right. And that's cost him quite a bit here, particularly late in this second game.
So we have a timeout here on the court.
It's true. Armando's called a 60-second timeout.
Armando Ortiz making a comeback here. Earlier in the year, we sat down with Alan Garner. In fact, you did, Dave, at the New York Athletic Club, and you asked him, how do you describe your phenomenal left hand? This is Alan's response.
A lot of work. It's always kind of been there. I write with my left hand. I eat with my left hand. A lot of things feel comfortable just using my left hand. I shoot pool with my left hand. But I did work on it a lot. Whenever I was coming up, it wasn't always a natural thing for me to be throwing the ball with my left hand. So I did work on that a lot. And I can't really explain it to you. You know, looking at video, I see a lot of the time my left hand, the form's just better. I'm not really sure why, but I mean, for sure I worked on it a lot.
Well, he says that his form looks better with his left, but then he names all the things that he does with his left hand. And he says he doesn't understand it, but I mean, he really almost sounds like a natural left-hander.
And there's the left there, and I think that will be the shot that sort of puts the nail in this match's coffin. Alan Garner with a deep court left reverse kill. Gets himself back in the service box, and Armando answers
with his own left.
Not so fast.
The nail fell, dropped. You dropped the nail.
Well, it was sort of like that board in the center of the court. It wasn't nailed in properly.
14 serves 19, second game. Ortiz loses the first one, 21-10. Allen has such a great left, but yet these players still serve to his left. Armando gives himself a fist pump there, now at 15-19.
Armando took the right shot there, the flag kill. Didn't hit it perfectly, but Allen was unable to play the ball off the left side wall.
That's going to be hard to get back.
Armando frustrated with himself there. That's a shot that he should have retrieved. Armando's retrieving, Dave, has not been up to his standard today, and that's cost him. He has not put much pressure on Allen. Allen's been able to go for less because Armando just not moving that well. Not making a lot of great gets today. And there's a great shot from Armando. And you can sort of feel that surge from Armando. He's making great shots in the clutch. Allen with 19 points here, and it's Armando going for the bottom board as though he's not the one under pressure, and Allen keeping the ball alive. High drives. And a great shot from Armando. That would have been a great time for a passing shot from Alan Garner. A two-wall pass behind Armando there would have worked, but instead he shoots it down the right, doesn't keep it on the right wall. Armando takes a half a step over and re-kills it.
16 serves 19.
16 serves 19.
That was about a millimeter from being an ace serve. Great shot from Alan Garner. It almost seems like Alan Garner needs a near impossible shot, Dave, to end the rally. He has so many opportunities in the front court that he doesn't execute, and then there he has a
19 serves 16.
Nearly impossible left-handed back wall kill that he flat rolls. And Armando anticipates it perfectly, and instead of coming in, Dave, and hitting that shot with his left hand, he backhands the ball with his right from the air. Just not the right decision. And we'll take a look at this here. A pretty poor return. Watch this here. He goes for the back of his hand get, and you see him upset with himself. He should be. He had an opportunity there. He could have taken that with his right hand or his left, instead choosing the back of his right hand. I believe the score is now 20-16. Alan Garner will be serving for the match. And a spot in the semifinals where he's been plenty of times before at the USHA Four-Wall Nationals, including last year. Lost to
Match
Dave
point,
Chapman.
serve 16.
Here it is. This is match point. That underhand serve from Alan Garner.
And
it
that's
skipped
it.
in. Alan advances to the semifinals to face Sean Lenning after defeating one of his biggest foes, Armando Ortiz.
Armando showed flashes of what's made him such a great player over the last year and also over his career towards the end of that second game there, Dave, but just not enough and just too many airs and too much blonde bombshell. He goes for his shot there. You see, misses it.
He wins, Alan Garner does, 21-10, 21-16, and it really did look like Armando Ortiz would catch up with Alan there toward the end. We're going to take a timeout here from the facility, Lifetime Fitness. We'll be back shortly for another round of handball. We'll have women's action coming up a little later on, so stick around. WPHLive.tv, a feed courtesy of First Star Sports, United States Handball Association, Lifetime Fitness, Tucson Rolling Shutters, Power Board, or the scoreboard, provided by Zions, the official sports drink of the UFC. And it's all streaming at racefor8.com. We'll have more action coming up for Kastner, Grad, and Dave Fink. My name is Dave Vincent. You stick around, have a great afternoon. We'll be back in just a bit.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Zions, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
For 20 years, the Inner City Handball Association has educated, mentored, and served young people through handball. Young people that participate in the Inner City Handball Association programs have a high graduation rate from high school and continue on to college. Inner City Handball teams are good athletes, good students, and good ambassadors for the sport of handball. We need your help to continue our work. Inner City Handball Association is a registered 501c3 tax-exempt charity. Please donate today. Thank you.